Oh my God.
I know.
It's not welcome back. This is weird. Hi guys, welcome to the Delusional Diaries. I'm Hallie.
And I'm Jazz.
And this is interesting.
Yeah, this is different.
Is it welcome to the Delusional Diaries or welcome to the Delusional Diaries podcast?
What do you normally say?
Hot Girl Talks podcast.
Whatever, it's up to you.
Yeah, okay. Well, hi guys.
We'll play with it.
Welcome to episode 1, but it is.
But it is.
Yeah.
Just to get this off my chest, people seem to be like not understanding what the purpose of this podcast was. I just want to clear that up. It was never meant to be like super deep.
Where are you getting
or
this
super
from?
educational?
Who said this?
I've been reading our hidden DMs on Instagram.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, the podcast is meant to be just very lighthearted,
Yeah.
funny, and escape from your life. Like, it's just supposed to be like a pregame where you're fucking sitting there
Like, you're just like
talking.
here in our conversation. Like, that's all it was meant to be. It was never
Yeah.
meant to be like educational or like.
It's supposed to be fun. Some
Yeah,
things in
we're
life
just
can just
chilling.
be fucking
Like,
fun.
it's not that serious. That's all I wanted to say. Because I was just I was going through all of our accounts today. I was like, oh my God, like people need to fucking fuck off.
Yeah. Like, no, we're not talking of anything of substance.
Yeah.
That's the fucking point.
How have you been?
I've been fine. It's been just like a weird adjustment, obviously, after the breakup. But I'm really like okay each day. And honestly,
Like, which one?
honestly, all of them. Totally kidding. But the actual relationship breakup, I really have been okay. I don't know.
What do you think like the biggest change or adjustment has been for you?
It is just really weird because, like, I said this on the last podcast, but my life did revolve around him. I mean, we essentially like lived together. We did not. I want to make that clear. I've gotten that comment a lot. Like, oh, did you guys live together? No, there was no change of lease, anything. My apartment is mine. My dogs are mine. All of it's mine. But he did come over every single day to my apartment. So it is a weird adjustment realizing the clock hits 5 p.m. and I'm like, oh, it's just 5 p.m. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, nobody's coming over. My time doesn't revolve around that, if that makes sense. And it is odd adjustment, or just thinking like, what am I going to eat for dinner? Because it was always, oh, what are we going to eat? And he would like make dinner and stuff. So it is a really weird thing I've been making my own food.
What have you been eating?
Um,
You still going like 5-star meals?
no, it's like giving like girl dinner, but not even girl dinner. It's a real meal. It's just, I'll just buy vegetables and cut them up and make them in different formats with soy sauce, essentially. Like, I do like a vegetable stir fry or whatever, and it's not good though. But
Yeah, I think
it's edible.
that's a hard part to go from like chefed up meals to
Yeah.
girl dinner.
Yeah, I do miss the cooking. I was going through my freezer and I was trying to just make myself a smoothie for dinner, and I found this soup that he had made that we froze before we went to Vermont. Little did I know that would be like
The last meal.
the last supper, literally. But then I was like, damn, it's frozen. Like, I was like, low-key, I could eat this for dinner. And then I was like, oh my God, that's just, I didn't feel good about eating
Did you
it.
leave it in the freezer?
It's still in the freezer.
Okay.
I think I'll eat it at some point. Like, why would I not
Yeah.
treat myself to a meal? But that was really fucking weird.
You also had a mouse.
Oh yeah, I have a mouse. It sucks. Well, we came back from, or not we. It's me, just me. I came back from Thanksgiving and I had dog food that was just in a dog food bag. Finley has this 10-pound bag of dog food, and so it was sealed. But there was a mouse, and I didn't realize I've never had a mouse in a New York City apartment in my life, and I've lived in like shitty ass buildings. So this was very shocking because my building's pretty nice. So I was like, oh, but that just goes to show no matter where in New York City you live, you can't escape the fucking rodents. And it had chewed a hole through the bag of food, and it pulled the food out like everywhere all over my cabinet. And I was like, how the fuck did it even get in the cabinet? One, there's no holes in the cabinet, and the cabinet was closed. So I really don't know how it fucking did that. That was annoying. There was like the mouse shit everywhere too.
That's horrible.
And I was like, ew. And so I was really scared. Kevin and Jazz came over. They set traps.
No, not me.
Kevin did.
Let's be fucking
We
for
made
real.
Kevin like pick the bag up and like shake it because we were like, oh, what if the mouse is in there? It wasn't. And that was that. And then the other day I'm just standing in my apartment, whatever, at night. The mouse runs across the fucking floor, like right on my feet. I'm like, I'm on the phone with West Elm's customer service, cussing this motherfucker out. Not
If
really.
you know. We've all been there.
Yeah. Basically, I ordered a lamp from West Elm in August. It broke, which that lamp was $400, and I've had the lamp for 2 months. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. So I called them and I explained to them that the lamp is broken. And they're like, no problem. We'll send you a new one immediately. I'm like, amazing. That's how it should be. Like, great.
I was shocked. I was like,
you had
white
your whole
privilege
with them. No, literally. But then I'm like, the lamp never comes. And I was like, what the fuck? So I go and I call them again. And they end up telling me, oh, you were supposed to return the lamp before we sent you the new one, which they never told me. Yeah, I can't send it back. So fuck West Elm, whatever. I'm explaining this to them. I'm so annoyed. And then all of a sudden, the mouse runs across the floor. I'm like, oh my God. And like the guy on the phone's like, ma'am. And I was like, I'm sorry, I have to go. And then I put one of the mouse traps down. I walk away. 10 minutes later, I find Finley fucking chewing on it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This bitch, she's suicidal.
She is.
The amount of things
with
she's
the gum.
done, she's the best life. I'm like, are you kidding me? I got it before she got to the poison part of it or anything. And I was like, oh my God. I had no idea she'd be attracted to it or chew on it by any means. It was tucked under a shoe shelf. I didn't even think she'd be able to get to it. And she was. And yeah, fuck Finley for that, for real. She's fine. I sound like a bad dog mom, I swear to God. She's just crazy.
She's insane. I will fully stand by that.
She's tried to kill herself a million times. She's chewed gum. She tried to jump off my fucking balcony, like everything. Yeah.
It's also Frank's birthday. Frank is 4 years old. Love Frank. King shit. Best dog. 0 complaints except the barking.
Yeah.
It's
not even the barking, the growling.
It's the growl. He's not like mean growling. He just like.
If anyone gets near specifically the dogs. Like if the dogs are playing,
like,
all of them.
He'll play. But when he's done playing, he's done playing.
But he's like, he makes the most awful noises. It's just like, and it's just constant. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, Frank has no flaws except the growling.
It's because he's a COVID puppy, so he never really got to socialize.
Yeah.
And so, like, we're still working on it a
Yeah.
few years later.
Yeah.
But happy I have him. Great guy, for sure.
Did you paint your nails?
No, I actually used this new, like, sticker that you
Oh.
put under a thing.
Yeah.
But it was my first time using it. I was in a rush the day of Thanksgiving to go to Kevin's. Like, I didn't put them on that great.
Yeah.
And that was days ago.
I just
so.
know you've been a press-on girly, so that's why.
Yeah, so basically same thing, like, same concept, just, like, less hard, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it looks like.
And
you
I
just
found like
painted
I
nails.
read that I liked, so I'm gonna try to do it better next week. Now that I've kind of figured out how it works.
Yeah, no, they don't look bad. I just saw one was chipped, and I was like, how would a press-on be chipped?
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
because I was grinding in the kitchen all day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How have you been?
You know, I've been doing so well overall. I mean, no complaints really. I actually feel like I have complaints. I just can't think of them at the moment.
I feel like you always have complaints.
I do. I'm just like flustered. I've been like on edge
Yeah.
for no real reason. I don't think. I think it's my birthday. It's my birthday.
Okay.
it's the whole turning older thing.
Oh.
I don't do well with it. And like I know I'm not old, but every like year around my birthday I get this like so much anxiety and
About getting older?
about everything. It's like the getting older, it's just having a birthday in general. I'm always disappointed on my birthday and I always like cry on my birthday. It's like the buildup of that I don't do well with. I just gotta get past it. I feel like next week, so good. Until it happens, not great. It's also just like, I don't know, like every birthday I'm always like upset. And I'm like, am I gonna be upset? I don't know.
Yeah. I think you'll have a good birthday this year. I mean, this is your first birthday as an adult with a boyfriend. And so I
Yeah.
feel like his birthday is also similar timing. So I think you guys will have a good time. And obviously, like, he'll make you feel special on your birthday.
Yeah.
So I feel like that will be good because the person you care most about won't let you down.
Yeah.
So
It's-
come on, Kevin, pull through.
No, I know he'll be like good about it. It's more like I have to like it's like I don't like not knowing what's gonna happen. I know he's like doing stuff. And it's the fact that I don't know what it is.
Mm.
Because I don't like surprises. And I predictable things and it's not predictable, which is making me just like not I'm like on edge,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
But I got one birthday present already, which makes me feel a little bit
Yeah.
less on
and that
edge.
was like a super fun.
Yeah. So Kevin got me these pillows that
Mhm.
are like, if you didn't know, I'm almost 27, but I do love a good squishmallow. I love to snuggle, you know, so it's my thing. But he got me these pillows that are like Finley.
Finley.
Sorry. They're Frank and Fitz, but they're like in pillow form. And we were at his parents' house 2 weeks ago, and we're having dinner, and his mom's like, we're talking about how I order so many packages and how his mom also orders so many packages. And like Kevin and his dad are arguing about who orders more basically. And she's like, nope, I've been ordering so much on Amazon lately that they gave me a free gift. Like, she's like, you know what? I'm going to give it to you. And I'm like, okay, great. Sounds good. She's like, I'm going to go grab it. And she goes to like where she puts all her packages at, and she turns the corner, and I look up from the main plate, and she's holding Fitz and Frank, but like in pillow form. And like for context, that we brought the dogs to like meet his family dog that
Had she
day.
never met them before?
No, she's never met him
okay.
before, but she's seen pictures. But like
Yeah.
she had been playing with the dogs for a good 2 hours.
And she didn't.
She turns the corner. She's like, "Look!" And I look at Kevin. I immediately notice that it's Fitz because like there are pictures of them. And I like look at Kevin, and Kevin's like puts his head in his hands. He's like, "Mom, like." No, like those are not.
Like Kevin had ordered it to his parents.
Yeah, because he didn't want me to see it. And she was like, what are you talking about? He's like, do you not notice that like what you're holding is the 2 dogs that are on the ground? And she's like, what? And she was so confused.
Like she thought Amazon gave her a free gift.
Yeah, and she felt so bad, but honestly made it so funny. And I got them early, so like that was great.
Did you put them in your apartment yet?
Yeah, they are.
Where
I brought them on my bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, but they're very cute and snuggly and great gifts. And I'm not a big like. Basically, I buy anything that I want to buy for myself. So, like, I'm very hard to get gifts for. So, I was, like, very curious what he gave me for my birthday. Like, he got me other stuff, too, I haven't got yet. But this was, like, great. Because it's, like, I'm a very thoughtful gift person.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I ordered your Christmas present a couple weeks ago. And I got, like, a preview of it today in my email. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm so excited to give it to you.
I'm so scared. You love giving a gift.
Like, I don't like to receive gifts. I'm not a big, like, my love language isn't getting gifts, but I love to give gifts.
Yeah, I feel like I get stressed that somebody won't like it and then they'll lie, so I really hate getting people gifts.
Yeah.
I ordered you one thing for your birthday so far, and I think you'll like it. I mean, I don't know, but
I feel like you know me pretty well.
yeah, you'll like it. I don't think it's the best gift you'll ever get, but I really tried. I was like, God, what do I get her? Like, the only thing I can think is, like, another fucking Cartier ring that you'll lose. Like,
I haven't lost any of them.
yeah, I know. I'm kidding. You've actually been so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jewelry's hard, especially because my fingers, I love soy sauce. So, like, I drink a lot. I drink it. I do drink it nightly. So, like, I swell a lot. And then I get really cold and I shrink, and it's like my fingers are just always back and forth.
Yeah, I don't like the feeling of a ring sliding off my finger. Or I'm sorry, the opposite. I don't like a feeling of a ring being too tight.
Okay.
But then I'm also scared, obviously, with like these. I don't want them to be too loose by any means because I don't want to be able to like be in a restaurant and be talking and go like that or something.
I did that once and lost a ring.
You lose it, and then it's like I've lost a lot of. I had like a bunch of fake Cartier rings before, and I would lose them all the time because they would be too loose, and I'd be talking and they'd slide off. And it's like at a restaurant, I am so embarrassed to be crawling on the fucking floor, like, oh, I need to find my ring. You know what I'm saying? And so I just said, you know what I'm saying, and you obviously know what I'm fucking saying. I'm sorry, I need to stop doing that. I saw a clip of Ariana Grande doing that, and it was so annoying. She'd literally be like, "The sky is blue." You know what I'm saying, right? And it's like, no, everyone knows what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, stop doing that.
It's hard once you're in the habit of it, though.
Yeah, I'm really bad about it. I'm trying to say like less. I'm trying to stop saying, you know what I mean, all of that. So,
I told you this already, but I wanted to talk about it on here because I think it's funny. My mom calls me the other day, and me and my mom, like, I talk to my mom every single day, but we have just like beef over little shit, like mother-daughter relationship type of thing. And she calls me, and like I snap at her sometimes, like, so be it, and she does it to me too. It's just like how we are.
yeah.
And she listens to the podcast every single week, and she goes, hey, I'm like, what's up? And she's like being very like gentle with how she's talking to me, and she's like, I really don't want to pry, and I don't want to make you angry, and I want to like respect you and your boundaries. And I'm like, what is she like building this up to say? And she's like, but I was listening to the new episode, I just was so curious, what was the one thing that Reed and Hallie weren't on the same page about. Like, would you mind telling me? And I was like, that's what you are careful about? Like, she's so rude about everything else, but she cared so much about
I love that. Thank you so much for respecting my boundaries. Obviously, we told her, but...
Yeah, but it was very funny.
Yeah. The people were speculating a lot about what that was, and it's making me laugh some of the...
reaches in the YouTube comments?
Yeah, just some people were saying, oh, they're not on the same page about him being on her social media and shit like that. People were trying to bring social media into it, which I find very odd because, like I've said, social media was not a part of our relationship at all. He was just never in my content to begin with, so it wasn't an issue. That's not like anything to do with the breakup. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of other things people speculated.
The kids thing.
Oh yeah, somebody's like, she doesn't want to have kids. I never said that. And also, we're not fucking talking about that. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess like some people do get, it is crazy because I guess in my mind, I'm 17 years old.
Yeah,
but
you're just a teenage girl.
It's like people do choose to have kids at this age. Granted, that is quite early at 23 to be having a kid. And so I guess maybe if you're really looking for a serious relationship, then you might talk about, oh, I never want to have kids. And then somebody, obviously, if you really do, you might break up because of that. So I guess it kind of makes sense. But I never said that I don't want to have kids. I've said neither either way. And we never talked about that either way. You know, I was just kind of like, I'm open with life. Everyone's like, do you want to stay in New York City? Do you want to move? Do you want to do this? We'll see where life takes me.
You're just vibing.
I don't know. Maybe. Might get accidentally pregnant. You never fucking know.
That's so true.
I've been convinced I was pregnant, even though I simply was not. I'm not. Like, I took a pregnancy test. And
great.
I want to make it clear, like, I have not slept with anybody since the breakup. That's not what I'm getting at, anything like that. I don't want people to...
Your boobs just got bigger.
Yeah, I think what's weird is since I got my IUD, I haven't had a period. And then this is my first time having a period since I got the IUD.
This was forever
And
ago.
it's a very, I have not put a tampon in or anything. It's been a very minor one, but it's still like...
You're bleeding.
She's there. But it was like what used to be day 5 of my period. This is like every day. And it's been going on for like 6 days, I would say. But yeah, it was like my boobs were swelling. It was a very intense symptomatic period, if that makes sense.
You normally don't have that.
And I don't have anything. So that's why I was like, oh my God, because obviously symptoms of like periods and pregnancy are very similar.
That's so fucked up how it's like that.
No, I know. No, because you Google like symptoms of pregnancy every time you're fucking having any like one symptom, and it lists out everything you're feeling, and you're like, oh my God. But yeah, I'm totally good. I have the IUD. I just, just never know. Yeah. Sorry.
What'd you get?
My boyfriend texted me.
Oh, yay. Thank God.
Actually, I want to talk about this.
Oh.
I was literally going to text him. It's not my boyfriend. Also, I have to be really careful with that term now because it used to be a joke. We'd literally meet a guy at a bar and he'd like look me in the eyes. I'd be like, my boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's like now I actually had one, so you can't make that joke anymore. It's like, because then people are going to be like, wait, your ex? No.
Yeah.
So I went on a date and okay, the reason I'm sharing this is because I actually think this is a really important message, okay? I'm going to get like serious for a second. I feel like for me, because I think I get so scared when girls just immediately after a relationship go to another person, right? I'm like, you have problems, you need to work on yourself, you need to be single, right? But here's my thing. I never had a boyfriend, obviously, before Reed, and I waited 22 years of my life to get into a relationship. And so I have no issue being single. Like, I've been single my whole life. I know how to fucking do it. That's not the problem. It was actually really hard for me to get into a relationship and to break down those walls and boundaries and
and like have like feelings.
And create a sense of like vulnerability and all of that. And so almost honestly, when we did break up the first day, in my mind, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. And I was like very much accepting of that. And so I felt like for myself and in my situation, because I am so good at being single and it's comes so naturally to me because I am just such an independent person, I was like, I have to make myself remember that there's actually other people out there and I needed to get back out there. And I felt like the longer I waited to do so, the more I would just sit and sulk over him and whatever. And I needed to just remind myself that that wasn't the case. So I went on a date. like for like the 48 hours when we initially broke up, I was crying to her and I was like, I can't even ever picture myself being attracted to anybody else because I'm just so loyal when I'm in a relationship, because why would I be in a relationship I didn't feel that sense of loyalty. And so I was like freaking the fuck out thinking, oh my God, I'm never going to find another guy attractive again. So then I just made myself download Hinge, and that did not reassure me in any way.
Horrible.
So ugly. They're not even men on there. They're fucking creatures.
Like Hallie screen shared with me, and it was actually like, because I was on Hinge for a hot minute, obviously.
Yeah.
And I thought it was bad then. Oh my God, like I genuinely like, it was so bad. And people are always like, digital footprint. No, men should be concerned about their Hinge digital footprint because it's fucking embarrassing.
It is the voice prompts that should have never been added. Men, honestly, I'm actually glad they did add it just because you can immediately
wean them out
if somebody is fucking weird, because you might come across somebody that's kind of okay looking. Like if you squint, you're like, all right, he's not terrible. And then you listen to their fucking voice prompt and it's like, I'm really submissive in bed. I like to be pegged. And you're like, oh my God.
It's so
why'd you
shocking. It's like your job is right there.
Yeah, it's so bad, honestly. And people kept telling me, they were like, be so lucky you got off Hinge when you did. Like, it's so bad now. And I was like, oh, it's always been bad. Like, shut the fuck up. I got on. No, so bad. Anyway, but I was typing. I did come across this one, like, hidden gem guy. He's really hot. He's like 6'3". He has a great job. And we went on a date and it went great. He came back to my apartment and met my dogs. Not anything else. Not just my actual Finley and Oslo dogs. Not like that wasn't some sexual innuendo. But it went great. And hopefully I see him again this week. But yeah, honestly, it made me feel so much better too because one, this breakup has made me feel like I can do anything. I'm like,
you really are like on a new level of invincible right now.
Yeah. You can't hurt my feelings.
Like anything that used to be like difficult for you to do, I'll ask you to do it now, and it's
oh my God, it's done. It really is so much easier. I've honestly fixed the problems I had in my life that I kind of just kept pushing down. It wasn't anything to do with him, like my ex or anything. It was just literally like things that I just like didn't want to deal with.
Situations in your life that you just avoided because they were like
they felt too like anxiety inducing to deal with. So I felt like I just should procrastinate them immediately. The week we broke up, I'm like, let me knock all of these out right now.
It was crazy. It was like a bingo card.
It was.
I was like, oh my God.
And I went on this date. I wasn't nervous at all. I had such a good time. And I was like, oh my God, I can be attracted to other people. And there's other people out there. And it made me feel so much better. And now I just feel a new sense of like enlightenment. And sometimes still I'm like, ugh, this breakup sucks. Because it does. But really, I'm overall doing really well.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you.
Yeah. Anyway, so sorry not to make that all about me, but I'm glad. I was literally like, oh, I need to text him, but I'm glad he texted me. I need to talk about this for a second. Jazz's boundaries are genuinely one of the funniest things to me because Jazz, you could essentially joke about anything to her. She finds it funny. Like, I am not exaggerating. The other day, it was a week after my breakup or so, I call her and I'm telling her about my breakup, just whatever. I don't even know what we're fucking talking about if I'm being honest. And she's like, I'm listening. Kevin, can you bring me the block of Parmesan cheese? Keep going. I'm talking. He walks over, hands her the block, a giant fucking block of Parmesan cheese. It's not cut up. It's not anything. She is sitting there fucking biting it like this, like just eating it like a fucking turtle, honestly. And then pieces are breaking off and falling into like the crevice of her fucking collarbones. And she's sitting there, instead of using her hand, she's like licking it out of her collarbones. Like she got chin lipo, but somehow still there's 15 double chins because of the way she's fucking bending her neck. And anyway, and like obviously I'm fucking kidding, but whatever. And I literally just look at her and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's so crazy to me that I don't have somebody that loves me and you do when you look like this. And
it was so funny.
She's cracking up. She's like, you
tears
ate.
In my eyes. I'm like, you ate with that. Like, that was hilarious.
And then literally the other day, it's like we're at Cartier buying these rings, and she starts telling our friend Michael about, I like how he was her friend, now he's
I'm like, okay.
But she's telling him about these Fendi rings that she bought. And I'm like, I love you, but those were like the dumbest fucking purchase. Like, because she literally paid so much money for these rings when it's like she lost all of them or they all tarnished.
Yeah.
And it's like you could have just spent all of that money on some Cartier rings and it would have been like.
But I liked them.
I get it. I fully get it. And I mean, I've made dumb jewelry purchases as well. Like the Dior necklace was kind of ridiculously priced for literally tarnishing if
Yeah.
it touches water. But that's all I was trying to say. She is not fucking having it.
I'm not.
In the middle of the Cartier
I'm like,
mansion.
Shut the fuck up. Like, I actually can't. Like, you said it 5 fucking times. I don't give a shit. Like, it's done. It's over with. Don't say it again. Like, I was pissed.
She's pissed. Literally, it's silent in the Cartier mansion, like the Cartier mansion on Fifth Avenue. She's fucking cussing me out and like screaming, and I'm like, okay.
Then Allie's like silent, like looking down, looking over at Michael, and I'm like, I'm just done with her shit. Like, I'm so over it.
She won't stop. I'm like, okay. And she just keeps going. I'm like, oh my fucking God. But this is the thing is like, Jazz has no boundaries until she just decides she has one. So you never know where you can't make a joke or what. Because I'm
pretty flexible.
And then it's just you decide something.
It's just the little shit bothers me.
I know, but it's like you never know it's coming. It comes maybe every 3 weeks. It's just like thick, bold, black boundary. Absolutely not. You crossed a line. This is not okay. And she makes it evidently clear.
But that's the thing too. Like, people are always asking like if we fight, and like that's like the extent of the fight. And then like 2 minutes later, we were at a new store and we're chatting.
Yeah, it was fine.
Like, it's never that deep. Like, it'll be deep in that moment, and I'm, like, angry, and then, like, I'm like, it's fine again.
Yeah. It's just, like, I never know when it's coming. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I have to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, and that's fair.
But I'm like that with everybody, too.
Yeah.
How many screenshots would you say you take on your phone a week?
Probably, like, 20.
Do you ever go back and look at them?
No, I feel like it's hard to organize them, so I never go back and look.
Okay, so I had this same issue and recently started using an app called Pager because it makes sense of your screenshots. I used to save things by screenshotting and bookmarking across all different forms of social media, and I would always lose things, but now I can save everything in one place with Pager. So basically, if you see a TikTok recommending something you want to buy, you can screenshot it, and Pager will automatically generate a bookmark page where you can either purchase it, find the best deal, or organize it into a list. I know you're always screenshotting things when you're shopping, so it'd be super helpful for you.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I just screenshot a pair of boots I want to buy. That's literally perfect. Gonna have to download it.
If you guys also struggle with keeping your screenshots and bookmarks and everything organized, definitely check out Pager. We'll include a link to download it in our bio on Instagram, TikTok, and the description of this episode. And you can also download it in the App Store by searching Pager Screenshots.
Or by going to www.pager.xyz. This is another thing, kind of like random boundary Jazz and I drew the other day. Can we talk about this?
I don't know where this is going.
Well, like, I don't know how to word this. I'm not an influencer hater by any means, but there's some influencers where I'm like, I understand why people say things about you. Like, and that's fair. And I understand, honestly, why people say things about me sometimes.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, yeah, I get it. But the other day, this girl made this video, and Jazz and I were, oh, fuck no. Can we talk about this? Like, I'll leave it vague.
Leave it vague.
But this girl,
but I don't want to make her feel worse than she already does.
I get it. Okay, but there's like a trend of this bland influencer thing going around where people are making fun of influencers. The OG girl who made the videos, her name is Natalia. I follow her. I think she's funny, and I don't think her videos are harmful. I think she's like very much kidding, and she's being very over the top exaggerative with it, and she's not being so direct where it's specifically about one influencer. I mean, sometimes it's a little bit, but I find the videos funny, and I think they're relatively lighthearted. But this girl, I've seen a trend of people kind of trying to do a similar thing because they obviously see it's doing well for her.
Yeah.
And so this girl the other day made this video, and she follows both Jazz and I. And
I've met her.
Oh, yeah, you have.
I met her briefly for about 30 minutes one time when we happened to just be in the same place.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil, my mother. Chatted. Short and sweet.
Nice girl.
Never saw her. Yeah, super sweet.
Okay.
No issues, whatever. And so when I saw this, I was quite taken aback.
Yeah, she had made a video that came across both of our For You pages. I'm sure a lot of people's For You pages in the time that it was up. And it was her being like every bland influencer, but she was making fun of this one influencer that's a friend of ours. So we're not super close with her, but
we know of her.
She's very unproblematic. She's done nothing. And so this girl, but she's doing it in a relatively mean-hearted or mean-spirited way where I was like, this is embarrassing. Like, this is not even funny. It's not vague, making fun of the cadence in a way an influencer talks. She's literally just coming for this girl's life, essentially.
Yeah, she's like using very detailed stuff before you know who it's about. And it was just unnecessary.
I think she was also like hammered in the video.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like, it was just unnecessarily rude.
Yeah, and I believe this girl feels badly about it. She took the video down because I was checking because I was like, is she going to leave this up? Because all of the comments were mean on it. And she took it down. And I do feel bad to an extent because obviously I don't know. I feel bad, but I'm also like, I don't really feel that bad because you chose to put that video up. And I think if the comments had been going in your favor and nice, you would have left it. You just, got on the wrong side. Well, the right side, but of people calling you out on your shit, and then you feel bad and you delete it. And, I never want to jump on the bandwagon hate train because I
saw this video when I had like 4 comments and I was like, I'm not fucking with this.
Yeah, we both commented and we were like, this is embarrassing and rude. And like
the jokey stuff is so different when like it's like lighthearted, but like there's a boundary, there is a line where it's not it. And I just like don't appreciate it. And it's just like especially when no one did anything to you to make you go out of your way to do that.
Yeah. You can make fun of influencers in a tasteful way.
I hate shit that I do. Like I see things of me sometimes I'm like, that's funny.
No, I completely agree.
I'm like, they ate with that. That's so true.
100%.
Am I gonna change? No, but they ate with that.
I got a comment I did an Instagram story Q&A and a girl asked, she goes, love you to death, girl, but do you ever cringe the fuck out at yourself when you're doing an ad and you have to say some shit? And I was like, yes.
100%.
Yeah, I fully wish brands would just give you complete creative freedom to do whatever you want because I think the video would do better. I think come off organic because it is organic at that point and whatever. But sometimes that doesn't happen and a girl's got to be in her bag. Like, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. The influencer stuff, like leave it to Natalia. If you really can do it in a funny way, that's very tasteful. Go for it.
And there are some other people too that do it in a funny way and it's funny. Like, but just like be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. At what point is it just bullying? And also I was thinking about this. Not all of it, because I'm sure people are going, oh my God. Some people that hate on influencers are like, and they're women, but they're just straight up being misogynistic. It's a lot of things. It's like, I'm going off on a point for a second, but I've been like, I got called out of touch and I mean, we all get called out of touch from time to time. This is the thing though. There are people that are fucking out of touch 100%, but it's not out of touch to like, for example, when I posted like about my rent, people are like, this is out of touch. It's not out of touch to pay that much money in rent, right? Like to a certain, like it's not, because I acknowledge that it is expensive. I'm fully aware that paying a lot in rent is like, that's expensive. That's not out of touch. It would be out of touch if I was like,
that's nothing.
Oh, that's cheap. It's so cheap. My rent's only $7,000. That would be fucking out of touch because it's like, girl, are you delusional? Obviously, that's expensive. I know my rent's expensive. I don't like paying it. It's just a place that works for me and I can afford it. So yes, I pay to live there. But yeah, it fucking sucks. New York is expensive. I wish I had that much money each month to spend on other shit, but I don't. And that's just that. But it's like you can find a person relatable. You could relate to me on certain aspects of my life, but we don't have to pay the same amount in rent for you to find me relatable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I saw Peyton. We met her in Houston.
Yeah.
She has a podcast called Note to Self, and she had a clip of her podcast she posted, and she was like, I don't follow people because they're relatable. I follow them because I'm interested in what they're doing. Like, you don't have to be relatable to make me want to follow you. And I was like, people are always saying, like, we're not relatable anymore. Okay, but, like, do you find something interesting about them? Because people that I follow, it's none of them it's because they're relatable. It's because, like, I find it fascinating. Like, I follow a lot of, like, Queen City Trends. I like her family and her content. And, like,
and her house is
and I'm fascinated in things. Like, it's entertainment to me. Like, I don't follow people because, like, we're doing the same thing. I don't want to follow people who are like me.
I completely agree with that, but I also think, like, I'm not trying to sit here and be like, I'm so relatable, but I live we both do, a very fucking normal life outside of, obviously, I'm aware our jobs are a little non-traditional, but it's like, besides me getting online and posting my shit, my day-to-day is going to fucking Trader Joe's, doing this, like, going to the shitty dive bars, doing the same shit you would do. I still experience heartbreak in the same way that you do. You can relate to me on those levels, whilst we don't have to have the exact same life for you to be like, oh my God, she's literally, you know what I'm saying?
There can be an aspect of relatability without being like 100% like same everything.
Yeah. Like, I find Tana Mojo to be one of the most relatable people because of how just fucking real and raw she is about a lot of stuff. But there's also so many parts of her life I don't fucking relate to that. She has a giant mansion in LA. I don't relate to that.
Yeah.
Like, but I still find her relatable, and she's still like my comfort creator, if that makes sense. So yeah, you don't have to relate to anybody to follow them, or you can to some parts.
Like, do things. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing. It's called free will. Do what you fucking like. Good Lord.
Yeah, 100%. How do you? Speaking of sleep. Do you have like a nighttime ritual or anything you do to go to sleep, or do you just
I get stoned,
and then just pass out?
then I pass out. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I get stoned, then I get really hungry, and then I eat a block of Parmesan cheese normally, or something stupid. The first that's like the least amount of effort,
Yeah.
and then I'll go to bed.
What time do you usually go to bed? I feel like pretty late.
Like last night I went to bed super early. Like it just depends on how my day went. Because like if I had a busier day, I'm probably gonna go to bed earlier. If I have a lot of anxiety, I'll be up later.
Okay. See, I am never truly tired. Like sometimes I'll feel tired and drained, but I'm never actually tired where I'm like, I need to go to sleep, and as soon as my head hits the pillow, I will fall asleep. I'm not that type of person. I have to put myself to bed every day because I just have so much.
No, you have always been like, since I met you at least.
Yeah.
It's actually wild because I will fall asleep anywhere, anytime. I don't give a fuck. Like I love to sleep.
Yeah.
And you're just not like that.
I hate sleeping. Like I think I'm just like a genuinely really happy person. I like being awake all the time. I don't like to like, I don't know. I'm like, sleep's a waste of time.
Him texting you literally gave you a different
No, it did. I'm like,
energy.
suddenly I have that vibe. No, I'm kidding. But truly, even I took the day that I got dumped, I took so much Gabby Penton. Like, I literally tried to drug myself to go to sleep. And I had never taken it before. I ended up taking like 7. I couldn't fall asleep even on that. I was like forcing myself to go to sleep. But anyway, I just have a hard time going to sleep because and I wake up really early too. It's not like, oh, I have insomnia, because it's like I wake up, I'm not a person that needs a lot of sleep. If I get 4 hours of
and
sleep,
it shocks me.
Yeah.
Because I am the complete opposite.
Yeah. Like I'm not ever really cranky or anything. I mean, maybe if I went like 3 or 4 days of getting 4 hours of sleep, then I would be not okay. But I don't know. I don't know. But recently I've been really obsessed with the slip satin, like they're like pure satin, the pillowcases.
Yeah.
So, but I think they're not that cute and they don't match my sheets. So I put my sheets over and then at night I'll take it off. And then I'll put my hair up because I apparently it's like super bad for the ends of your hair if you keep your hair down when you sleep, because it's like your body heat rubs up against your who the fuck's calling me?
Both of our moms.
Literally, our moms are up our dicks. Your body heat like rubs against your ends of your hair, and it's essentially like putting a flat iron on your hair the entire night while you sleep, because the heat of your body is like causing this friction and whatever. So,
where did you read this?
I didn't read it. It was on TikTok, but
Okay.
it was from a hair creator that I follow and trust. So I
Okay.
was like, okay, I believe this.
Yeah.
It could be not true.
I
But
mean, I see the logic. I can see
Yeah.
it making sense.
so actually, it was Jonathan Van Ness actually, and he's like a full
Yeah.
hair. So I believe him. But anyway, so I've been putting my hair up in the silk slip scrunchies, like very loose bun, just so it's out of my face, but not like super tight or anything. And then the slip, I'm just a whore for the slip shit. It's like a pure satin eye mask, and I've never used this before, but that has been like keeping me asleep, because I think you just don't have the disruption of any like light or
Yeah.
anything. So it's really, and has these like cutouts for your eyes. It's so amazing. And then last night I took the Lemmy
Let me sleep.
melatonin.
Yeah.
So bomb. I'm not gonna be. Did you ever take melatonin?
Yeah. It gave me nightmares.
Nightmares.
Yeah.
Yes.
Horrible.
But I guess that's only if you take it very consistently, you'll get reliant on it, and it creates problems if you take it consistently. So I think if every once in a while, like maybe once a week, if you're like, I want a good night's sleep, let's take this.
Okay.
I think it's okay, because I didn't have any nightmares last night, but I had a dream that my ex was with another girl in front of my face the entire night, and it was like,
So
honestly, yes, but it wasn't like scary. It was just like I woke up like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? Like that's how I
Yeah.
felt. But I don't even know. I don't know why that was on my brain, but it was.
I can't do the eye masks because when I do them, I will sleep for 14 hours because
Okay.
like I need the light or I will never get up.
Okay, I got you.
I tried it once and I had like 12 missed calls from my mother because she was like, you're dead.
Yeah, that's very true. It probably.
I'm a great sleeper already. Then you put that on, it's like,
yeah, you don't need it.
yeah. I wore my McDonald's eye mask on the
yeah.
plane, and everyone had boarded off of the plane, and I was still asleep with it down.
That's insane.
And I was like, they're like, ma'am. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
The eye mask says like, "Wake me up only if you have McDonald's."
That's what it says, yeah. But I took my plane sleeping pill. That was my anxiety medicine. Took it, I fell asleep. I put the eye mask on. I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh my
I
god!
was like, they're like, man, you gotta go.
You would do that.
But
I have no doubt.
I like my sleep.
Yeah. Did you ever as a kid, pay for shit in coins? Like, did you collect coins?
I had a coin collection.
Yeah, the coin collection, but you're not selling those.
No,
You're, like, paying for
no.
those. Yeah.
But I did pay for shit in coins. Yeah, like if I'd like walk to McDonald's, get back when fucking ice cream cones were at 50 cents, the machine was never fucking broken. But yeah, I used to go there with my nickels and dimes and quarters and get me an ice cream cone.
My dad he would like anytime he had change, he had this huge like jug of the water jug.
Everyone used to have that back, and no one does because no one uses money anymore.
I know. And my dad had one of those, and every time I needed anything, like whatever, I was fucking stealing coins out of my dad's thing, and I was like, he'll never know he's not fucking counting.
Did you save money as a kid? Like, were you good at that or no?
No. I didn't, I mean, well, I'm saying
like before you had a job, like when you were like, would it get like, do like a task and get money or like, and like things like that, like like young birthday card, like young money. I don't really have any memory of that or like saving money. I think if I just did chores and my parents didn't give me any fucking reward for that, it was like, you're just doing this, bitch. Yeah. But obviously like my parents would pay for stuff if I asked them. Like my parents would give me a little bit of money if I just wanted to go to the fucking movies with my friends. They'd give me $10, but it was never anything crazy. Like I didn't save up and like whatever. Did you? I used to be really obsessed with like whatever I could get my hands on that would save money. So like piggy banks or electronic piggy banks that you had to like put a password in to save your money, and like once you put it in, you couldn't get it out until like a certain date. Like there's all these different gadgets, so I'd save my money up to get a gadget and then have no money to put in the gadget. Yeah. But I was just really obsessed with being an adult as a kid. Like I just wanted to be like, I wanted a mini fridge in my room. I wanted to like, be living as like an adult, as a child.
That's okay. I always wanted a mini fridge. My parents would never get me one in my room. I do remember I was obsessed with the idea of just like independence, I guess. Yeah. And my friends and I would always walk. We had the shittiest, like the closest thing to my house outside of my neighborhood was like the shittiest little town center that had the most rundown like McDonald's, Ruby Tuesdays, and Rite Aid. That was my fucking shit. Like that triangle. I was there every single day. My friend and I thought we were so bougie. I'm like 13 years old. I just walked my ass to Ruby Tuesday and I'm sitting there like going to the fucking salad bar. It's like $9. I'm like, I'm balling out today. Like this is my like whatever. And I would end up paying at Ruby Tuesdays like they bring you a bill and it's like I literally would pay in all coins. Like literally like a pile of coins. I'm sure the waiter was like, I fucking hate you. Yeah. But I wasn't allowed to do that. Like we were not allowed to walk. My mom told me specifically. So, but I was allowed to walk to my friend's house within my neighborhood. So I'd always be like, go into Delaney's, like be back in an hour, Mom. And I would walk to the Ruby Tuesday. And then one time I got hit. We would ride our bikes sometimes and I was riding my bike and this car came up right next to me and it hit my fucking foot. Like the tire like skidded into my foot because they literally almost I fell off my bike after, but and my foot was like so fucked up, but I couldn't tell my mom that I was doing that because so then it was a whole thing and I lied to my mom and
Were you always a liar?
But I'm an amazing liar and my parents even acknowledge it to this day. It's disgusting how good of a liar I am because we were playing this game over Thanksgiving and my parents, I won every time because it was a lying game. My parents were like, honestly, like we should never play a game where Hallie has to lie because she'll win every single time. Yeah. I'm so convincing. But yes, I've always been like a liar, but in like not a terrible way where it was like
not like deceitful.
Yeah, you're a liar, but
I've recently stepped into the lying game.
Yeah. I feel like it's been more and more recent, but you're not a good liar is the problem.
I'm getting better.
She's a good liar in terms of we are at Olive Garden the other day and we're like table for 3 and there's nobody in this Olive Garden. I want to make it clear. It's a Tuesday at like 3 p.m. Like no one's fucking there. Every table's empty. I'm like table for 3. They go, where's your third person? Because it's just us. We're waiting for our friend Michael. And we're like, oh, he'll be just a minute. Like, could you just seat us? They're like, no, we can't seat you until your entire party's here. And I'm about to start arguing. Jazz?
Oh, he's not coming. His mom's in the hospital.
And I'm like, oh my God.
I lied good this time.
Yeah. No, she did. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I feel so bad. Is he okay? That's scary. And like, whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll tell you. Like, whatever. We go sit down. She's like, oh, I'm lying. I'm like,
I was so proud of myself.
It came out of her mouth way too naturally where I was like, oh, like, what the fuck?
And that's when I knew that I had started to kind of like be lying too much lately. Because like I didn't even think before. Like I heard that and I immediately was like, that's what the answer is.
Yeah.
Granted, like his mom was in the hospital that day,
but
he was still coming.
Yeah.
to lunch.
Yeah, but she's just I think you're a bad liar in the way that you'll be like, I'm gonna be there at this time, and I just know you're lying. That's where.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I struggle with that.
Yeah.
But I've been more on time recently. I've been making a better effort.
Yeah. You got here like pretty much on time today. Yeah. You like 1 minute after me, so I felt good about it. I was like, I literally expected to check your location when we were showing up to the podcast studio, and I was like, she's gonna be still at our fucking apartment. You were here, so I felt good about that. But
I've been improving on things, you know.
Yeah, you have. Well, so obviously we have to go back out again because I'm single. So annoying. Honestly, it wouldn't be annoying if guys were just normal here and cute. It's just everyone's horrendous. Granted, we've only gone out two weekends since the breakup. This past weekend and the weekend before that, and the weekend before that, I was just so drunk and horrible the whole weekend. Like, just, I don't even know. I was just in a constant state of hangover. Everything was awful. I was just not a human being because I was just getting so intoxicated. This past weekend, we went out and like, we also were doing stuff all that past weekend. Like, it was, we're going to our friend's birthday dinner and then, we're going out with like Kevin and his friends, or we're doing this. So we had all these things. So this weekend was the first time that Jazz and I have gone out, just us two, in like 9-10 months, like 9 months, a very long time. Because obviously we were in relationships, so we would go out together or like whatever. So it was just us and like going out. And we were just talking about how we used to go out and we would spend so much money on Ubers. Like,
it's actually sickening.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how much we spent on one night out.
Because we would pregame by ourselves, and then we'd choose a place to go. We'd go there. Wasn't the vibe. Uber somewhere else. And people would try to talk to us, like, guys would try to chat, and we'd be like, go away. Like, we were just so in our own vibe of talking to just each other, and be like, let's go somewhere else. So we'd go like to 7 places in one night, and we'd Uber there everywhere. And then we're like, we were talking the other day, we're like, oh my God, we did that to only talk to ourselves.
Yeah, like we kept being like, ugh, nobody's hot here, like let's leave and go somewhere else. But we weren't even being like that, because if the hottest guy ever came up and talked to us, well, we would have talked to him. But
we never noticed anyone. We were in our own fucking world. Like, we're playing fucking Piccolo. We're playing Would You Rather. Like, we're like beating the same topic into the fucking ground. Like, we weren't even there.
I don't even know, seriously, what could we have talked about for 8 hours? Just us two, like, not even talking to a single other person at a bar. I don't even know. It's just, and we would never miss a night out. Like, actually,
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, occasional Sunday. And we used to go out like day drinking, and we would get so drunk, go back to Hallie's, take a nap, get up, and go back out. And one weekend, we're like, okay, you know what? Let's just call it a night. Like, we went out day drinking, went back to her apartment, took a nap. We wake up, we're like, let's just call it a night. Like, we don't need to go back out. Like, fuck it, no. So I Uber back to my apartment. I walk in my front door. Hallie calls me. She's like, hey, I think we should go out. Like, this could be the best Saturday night.
I'm having FOMO. FOMO from what? There was no one else was out. It was just us. It's like at this point, like midnight. And I'm like, I'm having FOMO if we don't go out.
She's like, you never know what's going to happen. We have to go. I'm like, all right. So I Uber straight back to our apartment. We rip shots. We go out. Like,
we probably didn't even have, we had fun, but like not really. Like,
that's the thing though. Like, we always have, like, people are like, we always have a good time. Like, could it be more entertaining if things were happening? Absolutely. But like, we can have fun doing whatever. Can we have fun cheaper and sober? Probably. 100%. But it's like, you never know what you might get into.
Yeah.
And the possibilities are endless.
That's what we have FOMO from things that
could happen.
It's like, what if we didn't go out tonight and something really amazing would have happened? Like, that would just suck.
Like that one night that like I was literally puking until 7 p.m. And I was like, if I don't go out, you're going to meet like someone that like Frank Ocean. Like, you would meet someone that I would need, or Taylor Swift. Like, it'd be someone that I needed to meet, and like, and I wasn't there. Like, it just gets to me.
Yeah, same.
I want to be able to experience things.
Same. Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than like when a crazy story happens and all your friends are talking about it and like you weren't there.
Yeah, you're like, okay. Like, literally, yeah.
Like, I don't like that experience.
Fully. I like to be there. I don't like FOMO. And there's a lot of stories to come because we have to
we're out.
Cars.
Yeah.
Horrible winter. Honestly, the most horrible feral I've ever been is winter, like January, February time, because I feel like no one has anything else to do besides drink. I mean, there's people that do dry January, but the people that aren't doing it are not
They're
fucking
going
doing it.
hard.
We're all going out. Like, we're all in the city. I mean, some people are in Miami, but I don't know. So I plan on having a fun-ass winter. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm also here.
Yeah.
And I never say no, so.
Yeah. Emotional support and, like.
Yeah, I also want to, like, you know what? I'm using this as an excuse because everyone's like, you're so fucking old. First of all, 27 is not old.
No.
2, I've been 26 for the past fucking year, so fuck off. 3, you can still go out when you're 26. The places you go just change. 4, like, what kind of friend would I be if I didn't pussy with my friend? Like,
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, so yeah, I'm going to go out and drink. And if you think that I'm too old to do that, and you make a comment on it, I will probably block you.
You're not too old to do. I don't think 27 is old by any means.
Well, that's what my comment.
Even like going out and stuff, it's like people still go out. I mean, if you were like a hopeless loser who didn't have a job and was just going out 24/7, then maybe I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
get your priorities
I
straight.
have balance.
But you have a full ass job. You just like to have fun on the weekends. You don't have a fucking baby. Like, live it up till you fucking do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't get this time back.
No, absolutely not.
And also, like, I do fun things sober all the time.
We have game nights.
Love a game night.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard without even people these days.
It's me buying a literal couples quiz in Vermont.
This is actually so funny because we went to like the town and they have like these little knickknacks and
I'm literally stalking. It's so funny to think back. I'm stalking up in Vermont. I buy a fucking Christmas ornament that has 2 little moose. I'm like, oh, it's like our first like Christmas together. Like, didn't even make it to Christmas. Didn't even make it to Thanksgiving. And it's like I bought this like duo little moose. I was like, oh my god, like every time we go somewhere, we can get a Christmas ornament and we can like whatever.
You're planning shit.
Didn't even. I mean, the Christmas ornament made it up for 9 days, and then I got to take it down. But anyway. I saw this like couples quiz because we're always like playing games and stuff, and sometimes our games get repetitive.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this would be so fun. So I buy it. It's like $30. I mean, whatever. I've spent a lot more money on dumber shit.
Yeah, no, it was a fun activity for the night.
We played it for like a couple hours, and
I was getting so frustrated.
We played probably 7 times. We beat them me and Reed beat Kevin and Jazz every single time. We played maybe 7 or 8 times. Every single time.
I was like, we're playing again.
Until they won, and they never won. Guess who's still in a relationship? Not me. Honestly, maybe like that's, I don't know. You guys still got a little spark of mystery there. We were just done. I don't even know. I can't explain it, but yeah. So I bought this couples quiz. It's still sitting in my apartment.
It was a fun game though.
Super fun.
We should play like a friendship version.
Yeah, we could. Some of them are like.
We can like find like 2 friends and like 2 friends. And we can like, yeah.
Yeah. Kevin can bring a friend over.
Yeah.
And then he can play against us.
Yeah.
Except some of them are like more relationship-y. But we'd also crush. I think we'd crush anyone that played us.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we know a lot about each other.
Yeah, I think I would heavy agree on that.
Do you think you know more things about me or I know more things about you?
I don't know. Maybe you know more things about me because I feel like I'll just like you'll just not volunteer up information until it just randomly comes out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what? I'll be like, oh my god, wait, I just remember this. Da 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 da. You do that too, but not as much. I feel.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And I just feel like you just don't even care to bring things up, or you just forget, if that makes sense. Like you just something will be relevant and then you'll bring it up, whereas something will be super irrelevant and I'm like, oh, this reminds me of the time that I did.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I don't know. But it's all fun and games.
Yeah.
Speaking of games, we're one of the Rangers games.
That's why we're dressed like this.
No, it's just like Tuesday. It's Monday, actually. Fuck. But yeah, we're into the game. We're gonna have so much fun.
So much fun. I need a tequila soda immediately.
Yeah. Who knows? What?
I hope your guy's there.
Oh, I saw him last game.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, he's back.
He pours us up like doubles.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, he pours Jazz the double, and I'm standing there as well because he loves Jazz. Anyway.
Yeah. So we're gonna have so much fun.
I'm trying to benefit off of because Jazz originally got these tickets to a lifestyle date that didn't work out, but you did get a boyfriend.
I did.
It's like a butterfly.
It's actually so funny because like I took like at least a few different guys to like Rangers games, and like it didn't work out. And looking back, thank goodness. But that was we went to the game with Kevin a few weeks ago. I'm like, this is so crazy. Like Because I never thought you'd be the one who
Yeah.
would be.
No, fully.
But-
That is, I saw, we need to wrap this episode
Yeah.
up, but I just have to say, I saw this TikTok trend of, it was like people being like, it's to the sound, and people are like, January me telling, or me now telling January me what happened this last year. And it's
Yeah.
like, that was it. And it's like, January me is like their mouth like wide open. Like, and I was really thinking, I was like, oh my God, January me was single, had never had a boyfriend before, whatever. Me now went through a full relationship and is broken up with, like, that's insane. Like, I was like, wow. I don't know, it just really shook me.
That's really crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, like January me would be like, what? Like, never would have believed any of that. And she wouldn't have even believed I got in a relationship, let alone that I got dumped from the relationship. I think she would.
No, fully.
Yeah,
And
really
like the
weird.
seriousness of it too.
But anyway, Jazz got these tickets originally last year to Lifestyle Date. She never, well, she did. She brought a couple guys to,
I did.
but it was mostly me.
Yep.
Which so grateful for that. But now I'm like, okay, like I'm trying to
Lifestyle date with these tickets,
with
as
these
you should.
And lifestyle dating is just her doing things that she
Would like
want
to do with a partner. And now me and Kevin also do it.
Yeah,
So it's like,
fully.
it works
fully.
out. It's fun.
Yeah,
vibe.
but you didn't get the tickets to bring a guy to the dates. You got the tickets to go meet people, like at the games, like sitting
Yes,
near her.
correct,
I want to
correct.
make that clear.
Yep, exactly.
She wasn't just bringing a bunch of random guys.
No, I wasn't. No, I don't. I never did like on a first date. I did it like 3 dates in.
Yeah.
Fuck
Wait,
that
I'm trying to
guys.
think. I know you brought Broadcaster,
Yep.
and you brought. Did you bring him?
Which one?
The one before Kevin.
Yes. I'm cutting that up. Yes, I did bring him.
Oh my God.
What a guy.
Yeah. Fuck that guy for
No,
real.
seriously, he was the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Broadcaster end things with you, or did you end things with him?
You know what happened?
No, I don't.
Remember we went to lunch.
Oh, and
Yes, we went to lunch, and I was like, "Hey, like this. I feel like we're like we're not really vibing, right?" And he's like, "Oh my God, no!" Like gaslights. We were at lunch for 2.5 hours. I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I guess I was just like reading too far into it. 'Cause I do that with a lot of things. I'm like, I guess I was just overthinking it. And then 2 days later, he's like, "Can I FaceTime you?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah." And he's like, "So you're actually right. I just didn't want to say it." Like,
oh yeah, because he wasn't
I was like-
expecting for you to like try to end things.
yeah. And I was like, "Oh." Goodbye, and I hung up the phone. I was like, "This is so fucking irritating. Like, I asked you, you gaslit me for 2.5 hours and told me I was wrong. Like when I was trying to like be like, I think we're not vibing, and it was just like so stupid. But yeah,
Sounds
that
familiar.
was great and super fun, and that's written in my diary because I was delusional. But whatever. It's been so real. It's been so fun. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Let's go.
Follow us on
Rangers.
Instagram and TikTok at Delusional Diaries Podcast.
That's
and
weird.
subscribe to our YouTube and leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And okay, so if you're listening to this episode the day that it came out, it's now 12 days of giveaways.
Oh.
So check the podcast Instagram, which is actually Hawk Talk. Fuck, it's Delusional Diaries Pod because we're still working on the handle. We're doing 12 days giveaways there. Super fun and exciting stuff. So stay tuned for updates on there, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.